Super Rugby, round 4, the dream team. It was the week of the home teams this week just gone. We had some big results. The Crusaders getting a massive win over the Chiefs. The Blues finally got a win. But yeah, it was overall a pretty interesting week. I've gone through, picked 15 players for my team of the week. You guys can let me know yours when I'm done. But as always, we'll start with the props. I've started with a Waratah and I've gone with Harry Johnson Holmes. Interesting reading his stats. Now, if you guys saw my reviews, I saw the two Friday games, and on Saturday I went to the Blues game and I missed all the other ones on Saturday. But I've gone and watched at least the Bulls game, and I've watched most of the Waratahs game. So Harry Johnson Holmes in that game, 2 runs, 4 meters, 1 pass, nothing startling, but 19 out of 20 tackles. For a loose head prop, that's very, very good. 5 turnovers. Like, even David Pocock struggles to get 5 turnovers. That is a magnificent effort from the young man. So I'm looking forward to see how this guy develops and keeps on going because, thus far this season, he's been pretty solid. Next, I've gone with one of the Bulls forwards. I've gone with Trevor Nyakane. I've always had a soft spot for Big Trevor. 2 runs for no meters make Harry Johnson Holmes' attacking stats look pretty good. 1 pass also, but 11 out of 12 tackles. Very solid in the scrum. It was an all Springbok front row that he was up against. I think he conceded 1 penalty in the whole game, which is not bad for a tight head. And he even got a turnover amongst all that. So he had a pretty good work rate for a guy his size, and I know he gets a bit of grief at times, but I think a lot of it's undeserved. Personally, I think he's a very solid player, and I don't see why he can't keep pushing on now that he's kind of back to full fitness. I do like seeing Trevor in action. Hooker. I've gone with Cody Taylor, and he was a sub. So it's pretty unusual that I go for a substitute because they don't usually get as many minutes. But he managed 2 tries, 5 runs for 51 meters, which is 10 meters a run. It's pretty good. Like, a lot of top-class wingers would struggle to get those numbers. 2 defenders beaten, 3 clean breaks. Since when does a hooker get more clean breaks than defenders beaten? 2 passes, 8 out of 9 tackles, and even managed 2 turnovers. Well-rounded effort from Cody. Dane Cole's 1 week, Cody Taylor the other week. So in New Zealand anyway, the hooking stocks are looking pretty pleasing. He did concede 2 penalties, which is a bit disappointing, but aside from that, very good effort. Next, into the locks, and I have gone with Hunter Liebenberg from the Bulls. Again, pure work rate from this guy. 6 runs for 36 meters is very good. 3 defenders beaten and a clean break. Made 4 passes and 12 out of 15 tackles. So was just into a bit of everything. Even had 1 galloping run, which I do appreciate whenever the Bulls locks get into open space. It seems to be a specialty of theirs. Very, very good game from him. And also I've gone with Scott Barrett. Now, part of this is probably on the back of his team's really good performance, but he always puts up really solid numbers. 12 runs for 34 meters is, again, like a very good work rate. He's got double the amount of carries Liebenberg had. Same amount of meters, so he didn't make those galloping runs, but he's just getting in there and wanting to help the team out with a bit of ball carrying. 2 defenders beaten, a clean break, 6 passes, even managed an offload, and 10 out of 11 tackles. So all his numbers looking pretty fine and dandy. Loose forwards, getting ahead of myself. I have gone with Rob Valentini from the Brumbies. So it was a losing effort and not the kind of best performance from the Brumbies, especially in that second half. But this guy's had a lot of props about him as he's been coming through the ranks, and he was supposed to be the next big thing last season, but he got injured. He's kind of getting there at the moment. Like, if this is a glimpse of what we can expect to see from him, I'm hoping to see more. He had a try, 9 runs and 22 meters, 2 defenders beaten, a pass, 16 out of 17 tackles, which made him the number 1 Brumby. And remember, he plays alongside David Pocock. So again, this guy was everywhere, carrying the ball, scoring a try, making lots of tackles. So anything he doesn't get is turnovers, but at number 6, and you got Pocock with you, and Kusak's there as well, so you're not really expected to be doing that. But yeah, very, very good shift from the young man. I hope to see more. And next, someone who I Always enjoy watching Dwayne Vermeulen from the Bulls. This guy has been... Him and Brits are just such fine additions. I mean, you can't look past Speckman as well, but there's been so many good things from that Bulls camp this year, and Dwayne Vermeulen is definitely one of the kind of poster boys for that season. He himself has probably sold who knows how many tickets just on people wanting to go see him. You know, who doesn't want to see this big man in action? 5 runs, 35 meters, a defender beaten, 3 passes, an offload, 14 out of 16 tackles, and also 3 turnovers. The guy is everywhere. He does everything. So a very immense player. The likes of him and Pollard having very, very good seasons for the Bulls. The Bulls are 3 out of 4 now and actually looking pretty dangerous. I wasn't sold, especially after that poor performance against the Jaguares, but they may have made me a believer. I'm not sure. Next, Waratah, Michael Hooper. So he's the captain, and he put in a captain's effort with 6 runs for 17 meters, a defender beaten, 3 passes, 23 out of 24 tackles. I mean, you expect your number 7 to be making a lot of tackles, but as you get above 20, you're getting into kind of exceptional territory. Maybe not as good as 19 out of 20 for a prop, but still, 23 out of 24 is very good. 2 turnovers as well, kind of what we expect from him. A key man in that Waratah's second win. So, yep, that's the forward pack for me. And this week I actually managed, I think, to pretty much balance it out with a tight head and a loose head and a number 6 and a number 7 and a number 8. So I usually just pick kind of loosely on positions. The backs may not be quite as accurate, but we'll get there. Next, scrum half, I have gone with Will Guinea. And this guy is just such a linchpin for everything the Rebels do. Hope he stays fit, because he just has try assists every week. This week he managed another try assist. He also managed the try, which was a quick heads-up play. And given the scoreline of that game was tight, it was a needed play. 12 runs, 31 meters, so he's running the ball, which is what Will Guinea does when he's in proper form. 7 defenders beaten. 7 defenders beaten for Will Guinea. Slippery, man. 1 clean break. 54 passes as a halfback. You expect that. 1 offload. 3 out of 4 tackles, and he made 9 kicks. So a good balance of running, passing, and kicking from Will. He's really running the show and playing well alongside Quade Cooper. Quade played well, but not good enough to oust this man from my fly half. I've gone with Elton Yankees. Really masterful performance from him. When Elton is on song, he is one of the best 10s in the world. I know he's inconsistent as anything, so sometimes he is mud, but when he's good, he's really good, and he was very good in this game. See, people always say, he's only good when his team's going forward and la-di-da, and he does have kind of a mixed record, but when he's good, he's good. So 1 try, 3 try assists. 3. 8 runs, 16 meters, so getting over the gain line, 28 passes, an offload, 10 kicks, 4 out of 4 tackles. His defense gets questioned, but 4 out of 4 tackles. And for the boot, he kicked 6 out of 7 conversions, so a very good effort from Elton. He was just on song, and more of the same, please. I'm very happy to see Elton in good form. Next, and I might as well just leave this guy's name on my whiteboard at the moment, Nani Laumape. That guy is in devastating form. He had 2 tries, which for him was down from the week before. 14 runs for 79 meters. The fact that he's making 14 runs shows you how much they're using him. And he's getting well over the gain line. 6 defenders beaten, 3 clean breaks, 4 passes, and 5 from 5 tackles. So he never really racks up the tackling count, but he's put in 100%. So yeah, man, proven very, very useful for the Hurricanes this year, pushing for an All Black spot in a World Cup year. Now this next guy was a bit of a bolter for me because I've not seen a lot of him, and I do not know how to pronounce his first name. Wandesile Similani from the Lions. This guy's numbers are just ridiculous. He had a try. Again, like Laumape, he made 14 runs. Laumape had 79 meters, right? Similani had 121 meters for a midfielder. That's crazy. He had 7 defenders beaten, which is the same. 1 more than Laumape, sorry. 3 clean breaks, same as Laumape. 7 passes, so more than Laumape. 3 offloads, 2 out of 2 tackles, so he wasn't asked to make many defensive reads, but 2 from 2. He did cough the ball up twice, I suppose, as a black mark on his record, but man, I know the Lions played a bunch of young guys in that game as well, and maybe that's the answer because they definitely look better in this week just gone. But yeah, very promising stuff. I will be watching Lions games, even though they're on in the middle of the night here. I'll probably be watching just to see this guy in action. I was kind of the same with Yanti last year. Just wanted to see him play. I want to see more of this young man. Next, from the Blues. We finally get a Blues guy. It's been a while, and of course it's one of the Ioane brothers. It's Rico this time. His numbers are fine. Like 12 runs for 34 meters is nothing startling when you look at these other guys making 79, 121. 4 defenders beaten. Yeah, that's still good effort. 4 clean breaks is pretty solid. 3 passes, 11 out of 12 tackles, 11 tackles for a winger is very good. Managed the turnover, but 4 tries. 4 tries. My daughter is going nuts in the background. 4 tries. She is a Rico Ioane fan. He's a very good player. He managed to get himself in the open multiple times in that game against the Sunwolves. And just, yeah, he was the only guy scoring tries for the Blues. So it's him and his brother. That's pretty much the Blues team at the minute. Hopefully we can get some more guys going forward. But hey, it's a good start. Next, I've gone with one of the Reds. I've gone with Chris Feauai-Sautia. I know he didn't play fullback, he played on the wing, but hey, I'm just going outside backs here. On a losing team, still managed the try, managed 12 runs, 7 defenders beaten. He had a clean break. He had 2 offloads, 4 passes, 4 from 4 tackles. The guy was, in a team that didn't look that great, he looked dangerous. The guy's never really on the radar for the Wallabies for some reason, but I mean, he's not a very good kicker, but he definitely put the Waratahs under a bit of pressure. And there were a lot of good outside backs this week, so I could have subbed him with a fair few other guys as well. But Chris Feauai-Sautia had a very good effort. I mean, 7 defenders beaten. That's more than Rico. And it's more than this next guy. I have gone with Sevu Reece. And there was a fair bit of criticism around this guy when he got picked up by the Crusaders this year because of some off the field stuff. But I mean, whatever the story is, the guy's a good rugby player, so he just needs to keep his nose clean. No more court stuff, and the guy can go places. If the guy gets in more trouble, I've kind of got no sympathy for him if they throw the book at him and he doesn't get any more game time. But when he's playing, man, is he good. He had a try assist, 16 runs. This guy lit the Mitre 10 Cup up. Man, I keep almost swearing on this damn channel. He lit the Mitre 10 Cup up last season. And if not for some off-the-field stuff, was going to head to Connacht, and then the Chiefs didn't pick him up, so the Crusaders did. 153 run meters. I know the Chiefs got slaughtered, but 153, I think that's more than... It's a similar amount to what France had against Ireland in the Six Nations game just this weekend. And this is one man. 3 defenders beaten, 5 clean breaks, 8 passes, 4 offloads, 3 from 3 tackles, and 2 turnovers. The guy just did absolutely everything. He is an immense talent. Like I said, keep it clean off the field. Be a very good rugby player. Be a very good citizen, and you'll go places. That's my team. 15 of the best players from the weekend. I shouldn't have thrown my notepad away because there are a bunch of other guys I wanted to mention. Like, was it Moroney for the Jaguares? Had very good numbers for the midfield there as well. He missed the drop goal, which kind of cost him a bonus point, like a drop goal conversion, because he rushed it. But otherwise, he was good. Will Jordan was immense. You could pretty much replace any one of these guys with a Crusaders player, and it's a good pick because they were very good. But yeah, other players also performed. I've thrown away my book, so I don't know who else I wrote down. But that's my picks. You guys let me know your thoughts on who else you might have had in. And I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.